So I have driven this Lexus ES300, driven a 2001 model for exact. I think that particular generation was either made from 1997 or 1998, and until 2001. 2002 was a little bit different style. And actually, by far, this generation of Lexus ES300s, or Lexus ES in general, is one of my favorite styles. A lot of people call me that I'm a grandpa for it, but I drove it. It was pretty reliable and it was pretty fast at the same time, but still it has some issues, and this video is for you if you want to know what are the most common issues on the Lexus ES300. So in no particular order, issue number one issue on the Lexus ES300 would be hubs or spindles or axles, whatever you want to call them. Toyota has a huge problem with these. Every single Toyota has a problem with these. I've never seen any other car except the Cadillac SRX to have more problems than a Toyota or a Lexus product. What happens if you leave your car standing in one spot for a while? Say you bought a salvage title from an auction, or you left it a year on the parking lot somewhere in your garage, you left it for 6 months or a couple months, whatever the case is, or in long term, your spindle hubs are gonna make a woo 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 sound, and you got to replace them. It's either axle, spindle, or hubs. It's one of those causes, but most likely spindle, hub, or a hub. And yes, the Lexus ES300 is notorious for having them. If you know what you're doing, you can change this out for 150 bucks on your own. I think whatever the price is, it's a couple $100. It's not too much. If you know what you're doing, it's not that much labor to change this out. Number two most common issue on the Lexus ES300, that would be your transmission. Yes, Lexus ES in general have problem with transmissions, not in a bad way. Let me explain. It just depends what transmission model they put in there, because they made two different transmissions, and the only way to tell is on your car, your VIN is going to be different than the other VIN, obviously, but there's one particular number that tells you what transmission is in your car. And if your VIN says this certain number, I forgot what it was. I haven't driven one of these cars in a long while, but I do know from experience that at about 100-something thousand miles, your transmission is just simply going to go out. Your computers go kaput, and you need a new transmission. Yeah, for the most part, these cars drive hundreds into the hundreds of thousands of miles, but if you have this one faulty transmission model, it's not really faulty, just for that reason, 100,000 miles, and you decide to go kaput. So you're going to spend, well, right now, probably anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000, I want to assume, for a transmission to get put in, if you don't know how to put it in yourself and you have someone else put it in for you. So it's not too terrible, but in a $2,000 to $3,000 car, that is a lot. So a lot of people just park the car and buy something else. Now, the third most common issue on the Lexus ES300 is timing belts. Now, it's not necessarily they're gonna go bad, is when. I generally do not like cars with timing belts, because you could jump timing if they go bad, and well, if it's an interference motor, yeah, you will. But if it's not interference, then you won't jump timing or jump anything in one straight engine. But I'm not sure what the Lexus ES300 is. Somebody hit the comments, tell me, is the Lexus ES300 interference or non-interference motor? Let me know. But anyway, with a timing belt, it is only about $200 for a timing belt kit and everything, but it's a very hard job to do yourself. It almost looks like you have to drop the whole engine just to change the timing belt, because everything is in the way. I remember somebody I know that tried to change it and he gave up on it. It's like, if it goes out, it goes out. I'm not trying to change the timing belt. So you could expect probably $1,000 and just labor, just changing the timing belt on a Lexus ES300. So whenever you do buy this car, make sure you have the right transmission, make sure your hubs are all replaced, and make sure your timing belt is in check.
Not canceled.
Guys, I'm Eddie B.
2064 turn right. This particular package,
Driving a 10 from the 6 Series.